when he arrived, you could see that how strong he was. I think his man management is unique. I think he's fantastic, and that's why he was so successful. What a leader! What a guy! I think I had a fantastic game, probably my best game for the club. People ask me if I would change anything. No, I think of course, always things happen for reasons, and I'm really happy, and I think it was worth because I'm here now.
It's great to see you again. What's it like being back involved with Liverpool?
Yeah, great. It's my third pre-season as a former player. Time flies, and but always the same feeling. Really proud to represent the club now as a former player. I do some work, more in Asia here, so it's great. It's great. It's always a pleasure to come and be around and connected with Liverpool.
It's been 2 years now since you retired. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Of course, I had a difficult retirement, but just enjoying taking my time and studying a lot to understand the next step.
So, will we be seeing the possibility you line up for Liverpool Legends?
No, unfortunately, because I have a heart issue. That's why I retired. So unfortunately, I cannot play anymore. So, but if they need an assistant manager, because I know Kenny is a manager, so if he needs an assistant manager, I probably can be involved.
We might see you on the touchline at Anfield.
Yeah, maybe. Yes, exactly.
There were some lovely messages when you retired, particularly from Jurgen Klopp. What was it like playing under him?
Yeah, it was fantastic. He's a manager that I learned a lot. Of course, he came in. I was already in a late stage of my career, not very late, but I was 28. So I learned a lot with him. He was a man that very honest, very straightforward, and the relationship that we create is really good. So I think his man management is unique. I think he's fantastic, and that's why he was so successful. Because he could have the team really going behind him and supporting him, and that's why I think he was so successful.
If there was there any player who surprised you at Liverpool? Maybe a new signing or a youngster who first came in, you thought wow.
There are a few, of course. I think Coutinho was someone that I knew him from Brazil, but he was very young, and to see the player that he became, was amazing. I think Sadio as well he wasn't very young, but he was a good player in Southampton. But when he arrived, you could see that how strong he was. Suarez, of course, Torres. There are so many, that they came at a young age, and they went to become a world class players. So Firmino as well. So that's many of them.
So you mentioned Luis Suarez there. What were your first impressions of him?
Yeah, like I said, it was, of course we knew he was a good striker, coming from Holland. Had already an history in the national team. But I think training every day with him and seeing his attitude and his hunger to win, I think it was impressive, and he became still playing. It's unbelievable. He's still playing and still going, still scoring, and it just shows his mentality. He's a world-class player and for sure one of the best strikers that I've played with. I'm sure of that.
And when you were at Liverpool, can you think of a player you think was maybe a little underappreciated, either by from the outside, that you thought didn't quite get the love?
Well, I don't think this player wasn't appreciated, but I don't think people have the idea how good he was. I would say Sami Hyypia. What a defender, what a leader, what what a guy. You know, I'm here with him now, and it's not just because he's here, but what a player, what a player. I think, of course, he was a Liverpool captain, so I think people knows that. But I think from inside, you realize much more than when you are outside. So I would pick him, yes.
Good choice. So Liverpool from here heads to Japan. There'll be a lot of love for Endo there. How do you see him as a player? Maybe a similar role?
Yeah, well, I think Endo has played a big part, you know, for two seasons ago. Last year, of course, he played less, but I'm sure, I'm not inside the team, and I don't know, but I'm sure that what a professional he is, and his mentality has shown that, you know, he deserves all the success. You know, of course, last year he got a less game time, but you could see that when he came on, you know, he always played a big role. So is what good teams are about. You know, it's not just the ones that plays every game, play every minute, you know, but the ones that maybe plays less but play a big role. So I really enjoy him, watching him play, because you know, he's a great player. He's a national team from Japan, and a fantastic guy. I'm sure of that.
There's going to be quite a few new faces in the squad now. Might even be some more faces joining us on the tour. We don't know. How important are these pre-season tours for the new players to come in and integrate with them?
Yeah, really important. I think it's the best time of the season, you know, where then they can get the vibe inside the team, understand the way that the manager wants them to play, get the fitness, and understand how big the club is. I think it's really important. It's something that I think the club itself does really well. They try to make them feel as comfortable as they can, just to adapt and to settle in as quick as they can, because you know, it's a long season ahead of them, and when you start the games, of course, you don't have as much time as they have here to integrate, to understand, and especially to have the feeling that they become to a really good family.
Florian Wirtz is the name on everyone's lips. What do you think of the signing?
Fantastic. I think he's a player that will add something different to the squad. You know, he's a player that can link up really well with strikers. You know, expectation is from everyone is really high, but he's got experience already. He won the league in Germany, which I think it's a difficult league, you know, to play. But of course, now it's the case of give him time as well to adapt. I think the base of the team is really strong, which will help him to keep his style, but in the same way to express himself and his qualities. I think that's what we hope.
If you were back as a player now in the squad and you've just won the Premier League, what would you want for next season? Would you want to win a back-to-back Premier League, or would you rather win a Champions League if you had a choice?
I would like to win both, for sure. You know, it's really hard to pick a tournament. You know, you start the season to play 4 tournaments, and you wanna win all of them. Of course, we know it's not as easy as it seems, but really hard. I wouldn't say I would pick to defend the Premier League title, but Champions League is special. You know, we know how connected Liverpool is with the Champions League, European nights. So I think I would look to win all the competitions, and hoping that we can win. So, because I think the team is strong enough.
Okay, last question now. What was the most emotional day for you? Your first day at Liverpool or your last day at Liverpool?
Probably the last day. Of course, when I signed, of course, it was a fantastic moment, important. but I didn't have the connection that I had when I left. So it was really difficult, but looking back, it was worth. Of course, people ask me if I would change anything. No, I think of course, always things happen for reasons, and I'm really happy, and I think it was worth because I'm here now. Even after retired, I'm here with the club and representing the club. So, but yes, I think the emotional was more the day I left than the day I signed, for sure.
So these tours, they really underline the size of the Liverpool Football Club. Is that something you realised when you first went on a pre-season tour with Liverpool?
Yeah, well, it's a good question. I was very young, when I first joined the club, and but of course, I realized a little bit when I came my first pre-season. It was actually here in Hong Kong, but yeah, I think that when you are outside and now you can see, you go walking, you meet fans, it's just incredible how big the club is and how the brand, the Liverpool, are growing every year. So it's amazing. It's just like I said, to have a chance to represent the club of this magnitude it's great.
So you've done trips to America with Liverpool, Singapore, Bangkok, Indonesia, even Australia. Have you got any particular memories from those foreign trips?
Well, of course, when you're playing, you just have memories of hotels, football pitch, airport, and games. But yeah, I think anywhere you go, you have a big Liverpool community. I think in Australia is something that I remember. We played for, I don't know, almost 100,000 people in a stadium. I think it was in Australia. So it was amazing, in a friendly game. But of course, in Asia, it's always special because, you see how happy people are here, and having the chance to follow, the club and watch the games and the friendly games, because a lot of them maybe will not have a chance to go to Anfield. So it's great from the club as well that try to get closer, in some ways, and the only way is really the chance is pre-season. So we know it's long flights, time difference, but it's great for the fans as well.
If you could go back in your career and watch a game from the stands that you played, which game would you pick?
There is a few games, but one that is really keeps on my mind is one game that unfortunately it was a couple of days before I got injury, a bad injury in my knee. It was against Man City, 1-1 we drew, but I think I had a fantastic game, probably my best game for the club. I think that game would be the one that I would choose, and if I could play every game in that way, I would be really happy.
Got one more question for you. So, ex-players like Skirtle, Dick, Hout, yourself, you all look absolutely fabulous since you retired. What are you doing?
Less stress, I would say. Only 40 minutes, 30 minutes training, light training. Trying to keep my weight, but it's very hard. But now it's just I think of course we are enjoying, and it's true, it's less stress for sure, because you have that pressure to perform and everything. So just enjoy my retirement now and have time with the family and enjoy things like this. Tours like this is really enjoyable. It's hard work, but very enjoyable.
Different type of hard work.
Of course.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bring on.